He doesn't want the feel-good story.
Ladies
he wants to
and
put him down.
gentlemen, this next bout of the evening is sponsored by Action 24/7. It is in the featherweight division. It is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and it is your co-main event of the evening. Introducing your first fighter, fighting out of the Allure Properties blue corner. He weighed in at 143.8 pounds. He has a perfect professional record of 4 wins and no losses. He's representing Ring Combat out of Whitville, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Robbie Ring. And now, his opponent, fighting out of the Knoxville Mortgage Brokers red corner. He weighed in at 144.8 pounds. He has a professional record of 8 wins and 6 losses. He's representing ATT, Coconut Creek, and Harris Holt. Right here in Clarksville, Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Killer, Jacob Kilburn. Your referee is Keith.
And we are underway. Robbie Ring hasn't had a whole lot of pro fights go beyond that minute mark, so it'd be interesting to see if he tries to get a quick start or if he respects Kilburn enough to realize, you know, I might have to settle into more of a rhythm here. So far, he's going at it fast. We see Kilburn tripped up to the ground, and Robbie Ring is on the neck right away. He's got a hell of a grip, this kid.
Good pressure, yeah.
I think it was a smart move on Ring. I think Kilburn was touching him up a little bit at the stand-up.
They're back to their feet. Kilburn, excellent job getting back up, and now he's looking to reverse position, turn Robbie Ring around, put him into the cage. Underhooks enjoyed by both guys. Over under position. And so far it seems like Robbie Ring's able to kind of, you know, lean on him a little bit. He looks big in there.
Yeah, I was wondering how fast he was going to come out. It's good to see that he's pretty controlled here.
Very controlled, but I'll give Kilburn one thing. He's not phased at all. Like, that's the Big Show experience. That's the knowing that you need to settle down and fight a little smoother. And, you know, he's going to be somebody that if you don't put him away, he's going to stay in your face. And both men have been landing good shots, but another caught kick by Robbie Ring.
Nice shot on the way down.
Kilburn briefly looked like he might have been phased by that right hand by Robbie Ring, but has appeared to collect his wits, and now he's looking for butterfly. Butterfly guard from the bottom, maybe trying to elevate Robbie Ring, create some space. He had a really good get-up game after the first takedown, and there it is again.
There it is.
Eats a knee on the way up, but he is back to his feet.
It's a lot of work, though, to having to keep stand up, especially with someone on top of you.
But he's the one with the experience. He's been into those later rounds. He's fought under the bright lights, and for Robbie, he's had so many fights end in 30 seconds, 45 seconds. As an amateur, he's been the distance, but amateur rounds, of course. Robbie looked like he kind of bounced on his ankle a little funny there. Right ankle.
Kind of looked like he shook it out for a second. Hopefully not too much damage.
Well, yeah, you hate when you see it. I didn't see any calf kicks landed by Kilburn, although it was a hectic pace. He might have landed something that caused it. Maybe have some type of nerve shut down, but Robbie Ring looking good. And a nice takedown from Ring. Very nice. Not a caught kick, body lock, and again, the physicality on display, I think, early for Robbie Ring.
Solid, and we're just halfway through. First round.
Kilburn's been able to get up a couple times, but as Alexis Davis pointed out, the first couple times he explodes up right away, and now it's a little more deliberate, and it's very exhausting to explode those big motions.
It gets harder and harder, no matter how much experience you have, but every single time.
Robbie Ring also been
nice
doing
knee on the
exactly
way up.
this since he was still in diapers. So, you know, just a kid that grew up in the game. But, you know, we're only 3 minutes into the round, and Kilburn's still that dog in the fight.
Kilburn is definitely fighting a dog fight right now. He's showing that he's been there. He's showing that he's down for this, and he's willing to do what it takes to get this win right now.
Experience can't be replicated. You guys are both, you know, 14-time UFC veterans, but overall, I mean, you've had many pro fights. Dustin, you're a 35 veteran. Alexis, more than that. I'm sure it is an experience thing. You start to get a little more settled. As an amateur, you see amateurs a lot. They're quick finishes, and they're nervous, and they get going. But at the pro ranks, it's like everything slows down. And then you see the best guys in the world, Israel Adesanya or John Jones, and people say, it's boring. It's not boring, it's calculated, because that's how comfortable they are
nice
being in
break
there.
off. And another caught kick.
Third time that Robbie Ring's taken him down off a caught kick. Maybe something Kilburn needs to address coming out of this round, but he is making Robbie work. He's creating a pace, but of course this is only a 3-round fight, so you don't want to wait too long.
No, and I think Robbie's doing a good job showing him, saying, hey, I'm here to fight as well. I'll match you.
Absolutely, and if you're going to be a young prospect, you know, you got to have more than a good story and a good personality. You also got to go out there and put it on. And so far, everything he's had has been quick finishes, but even in a fight like this where he needs to work for it, he never stops working. He's always looking to advance position. 4 takedowns in this round as well, and, you know, now you're not seeing Kilburn explode back up to his feet quite as quickly. He's kind of accepting the fact that Robbie Ring's out-muscling him.
Oh!
And Robbie jumps back for a straight ankle lock. Heel hook.
Tight.
Kilburn defending. And good position now for Kilburn to get some damage off. Looking for a head and arm choke. 15 seconds left in the round. Probably going to run out of time. Oh, but he's going to make him squeeze. Robbie needs to survive the clap.
The ref acknowledges.
Robbie's okay. If he could just ride this out. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, let them hear you. We are going to round 2.
I said it once, I say it a million times. MMA is the greatest sport in the world. You just don't know what's going to happen. Jacob Kilburn, for the most part, was getting taken down. He's getting controlled. He had no quit in him. He's looking to advance. And then Robbie, this is where a young fighter, that was a mistake to drop by for the ankle lock. There wasn't much time left on the round, but nobody likes to give up top position, right? Leg locks are good if you're on your back, you're trying to scramble. He willingly gave Jacob Kilburn the opportunity, and as a result, Kilburn lands his 3 best punches of the round and threatens with a late submission. So it's little nuances of making mistakes, but I think that was a fantastic round for Robbie Ring. I still believe that he did win the round despite, you know, a bad last 30 seconds. I think it was round 1 for Robbie Ring, but that's where a veteran will be able to capitalize on those one little moments.
And I think that was a good wake-up call for Robbie Ring, too. He controlled the majority of that round, so he has to know that, you know, remember who Kilburn is. He is a veteran. He has been in there. He has the experience. You can't blink for a second.
And again, it could be a good learning experience for a Ring to know these are certain things I don't want to do in the future. And you're seeing his career, you know, progress in real time. But, you know, we also forget Kilburn's only 27 years old and trains at American Top Team. Like, surely he's making improvements.
Absolutely.
But
that's one of the best teams in the world.
Nice. Good step to the outside.
Yeah, the advantage is that he wrestles guys at ATT all the time, like Robbie Ring. The disadvantage is if they're taking him down as well and holding him down, Robbie's going to have that success. And Kilburn's a guy with skill, but I know, you know, since he was released from the UFC, he's had to get a job and he's got other commitments outside of fighting, and it's hard to keep in, you know, premier shape and get motivated to come fight a kid that virtually has no tape online. That's Robbie Ring's one of his biggest strengths, is you have no idea what to expect. In fact, I kind of thought Robbie Ring would be striking a little bit more, but you're seeing how dominant he is with his grappling, how strong his wrestling is. And still at 22 years old, he really is filling himself out to be a well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, and I don't mind it. I don't mind that he's really securing a win over a veteran like this.
Keep in mind the line was set. Robbie Ring was a 2-1 underdog in this spot. So a lot of people were looking at that experience from Jacob Kilburn, and he'd be able to come in and show the kid a lesson. And this is the kind of lessons. Sneaky little ninja choke, or a, you know, not really a ninja choke, but I suppose he's looking for a Darce off of his back.
Yeah, if he gets that arm over, yep.
Yeah.
Tough
Yeah,
move
that's
to pull
a veteran,
off,
man.
but it's those things.
Absolutely. I mean, I love the I love that he jumped for that submission. It's just like, what are you going to see next from the kid? But he'll learn, you know, with that short amount of time, it's best to stay on top. It's best to go for something like this and finish the round strong, because it leaves an impact on your opponent, you know?
Yeah, and the judges generally remember the last little bit of the round. I mean, I've seen time and time again, and I'm sure both you guys have been in a situation where you do such good work the first 4 minutes and nobody remembers it come the last minute because the other person was swinging. So it always important in the judge's mind to finish the round on top. And I think that, again, these are all... Yeah, he's looking for an arm.
Yeah, you can see, though, you can see the experience at Kilburn, too. The way he positions his hand. He goes for the underhook. He sees the head and arm. He's going to adjust, move. Although he's not being able to move off through this position, off of his back, he's still...
Yeah, he's still moving. He's doing the subtle movements that he needs to do.
Well, this is invaluable experience as well for a young kid like Robbie Ring, who doesn't have a whole lot of cage time. I mean, 4-0, but I mean, those 4 wins have come in a combined 2 minutes. So with Jacob Kilburn, it's like, it does really teach you things. As an up-and-coming fighter, I mean, these are the tests that you're going to learn the most from. And even though it hasn't been going Jacob Kilburn's way, he's still showing Robbie Ring a lot. He's active with his guard. He's looking to make something happen. The question is, he got up so easily the first 3 times he got taken down, and now he's accepting the position for what it is and not trying to get back up to his feet. And of course, with 2 minutes left on the clock, time's starting to skip away.
Solid work from both guys. I mean, they're both looking for different submissions, looking for different positions here.
Yeah.
Kilburn is trying to go and take to the arm hook and follow that up on top, but Ring's able to stop it through. Oh, that
there
looks
it
tight.
is. This is his favorite position. This is how he put away Dusty Little his last time out, choked unconscious, and no, he gave it up. He gave it up.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he's going right
that
back to
looks
it.
Tight. Posture up, sit through, and he does. He's got his knee in.
It looked like it.
Get his knee a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
there it is. And he gets the tap.
I would love to see the replay on that. It looked like he tapped before. But all the same, the end result is there. Robbie Ring is a legitimate prospect. If the question, Dustin, before this fight was how would the kid react and step up in competition, it appears that he flew with flying colors.
Yeah, absolutely. He did well. Like I was saying, when he jumped for the leg attack, I think it shows confidence. You know, I love exciting fights. I love people taking chances like that. He's young, so I think it's probably easier for him to do so. But he came in, he was confident in himself. He did what he had to do to get the win, and he put on an exciting fight. So I'm excited to see the future for Robbie Ring.
Absolutely. Alexis, where do you think a young kid goes from like there? Now he's 5-0. He's got a quality victory over UFC veteran. Do you think it's too rushed to jump him into a contender series? Would you like to see him pick up a few more regional scene victories? Or he just beat a UFC veteran? It seems like his time's very close.
Kilburn is no joke. I would love to be able to see like Robbie Ring on the next contender series. I think that would be a great opportunity for him, and you know, I think he could, you know, especially being young in the scene, he's obviously got the skills, so I think that could be a good step for him.
I completely agree. Let's sort of Jeff Hobbs and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Keith Peterson stops this bout at 4 minutes and 2 seconds of the second round. Your winner by way of Darce choke, out of the blue corner, Robbie Ring!
What's his name in his chest? Just got a car, the homie shit got bust on. Niggas